And I'm very positive, 2 years from now, there will be an entrance exam for stand-up comedy. There will be a multiple choice test. And only those who clear it will be certified to be stand-up comedians. And that happens everywhere because we, especially Indians, we don't feel we deserve anything until we give an exam. I mean, think about it. I mean, exam has its own aura to it, right? Go back to your childhood days. There's an aura, there's a feeling to go back to this thing. For me, two weeks before the exam date, I used to know that my book is missing. Because until then, I never felt the need for it. And I would go find it. And I was like, oh, this is a book. And it's so much of a hard work to just find it. I almost feel like I should be, here in the exam. But when you are doing an examination, one of the most important things that everyone loves to do is create a plan. And people enjoy creating a plan. I don't know how many of you have ever given an exam without creating a steady plan. Your steady plan is that meticulous, over-ambitious list of things that you're doing. You almost feel inside you're superhuman, right? You almost feel like 2 chapters Monday, 2 chapters Tuesday, 3 chapters then, 3 times revision on Friday, Saturday I'm taking rest, Sunday is the exam. You even incorporate the rest. So I used to follow this kind of plans, and 3 days later, when I was finished with only 1 chapter, I used to call my friend and ask for the next best thing. You know what that is? Important questions. And so for someone with my mindset, I have to think when there are already important questions, why are we studying unimportant things? Because if they are not important, why are they there in our syllabus? If they were just important questions, why don't you just teach us important things? And these important questions are like celebrities. Newton's law, Vande Bharate Guru. 5 years in the Bharate there. Vande Bharate. His law of motion comes. Bohr's law, this law, that law, it will come. And people relate to it. When I read that subject, I'm like, oh, Newton's law. He's coming for the last 10 years in our examination, right? You build these things to it. There's one benefit of the examinations, which I can tell you one thing, is that everyone likes to be shabby, like a scientist, and with hair here and there, and you're like, I'm feeling like I'm doing something. And that time, your parents really, really, really flatter you, right? The night before the exam is better than the first night. It's the best night because you can ask for whatever you want. Papa, I wanted that bike. How about I'll get it? You can get whatever you want. In fact, at night, get up at 3 o'clock and say, I want Maggie, I want pizza, I want a cup of tea. It will come. It will come. It's that good, the night before the exam. I wish there were so many exams so that I have more nights like this. Right? But if you were raised in a Brahmin family like I was, we get up on the exam day with Om Bhuvaswaha. That's it. When there's a bhajan playing, you have an exam. And that day, everyone is very professional. You never checked with me before, but anyway. In India, you may be 17 years old, 20 years old, 25, 30, 40. If you give an exam, your parents drop you to the exam center. Period. Period. There is no 2 questions about that. I have seen medical entrance exams. There are people looking older than their parents, standing next to their parents. Their parents have come to drop them to the entrance exam. That's how important it is for them. And they have to check your roll number and your room that you are going in. They have to see you are in there and not running away. Right? And just when you get rid of them, you have this big friend of yours who the first thing will ask, hey, theater relatively padha kya? And that question you would have had no idea. It's there somewhere in that book, in that corner. You can see physically what it looks like. And it's like, chipak gaya dimag mein, theory of relativity. And you would be like, yeah, I learned. And then these same guys, they act like, I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail, I've not studied anything. Oh, it is, and it's a bad omen to say you have done or prepared well before an exam. If you say you have done well before an exam, some Rahu Ketu will make you fail and make you look bad. Nobody who gives an exam says I prepared really well. There's like, yeah, I'm going to tense man, I'm not remembering anything, I've not done anything, only 5 revisions I've done, nothing on the And there's this OCD with revisions. I have seen people do this last minute revision. They are not understanding anything. They have to just finish it. They have to finish it to feel that yes, I have completed the revision. They are not understanding, and you ask them anything from that, they don't talk to me now. They have to revise. People like me, don't even go with books to the exam hall. And believe these guys when they say we are going to fail. I'm like, "Achha, ye to rahega na, ye to hum log khelte hain." I have company. You realize at very late what they meant. And when you go inside the exam hall, pretty much in the first 5 minutes, you know what's going to happen in that exam. If you see the paper, first question would be, of course, theory of relativity. Lecture just came. If I knew, then I just asked him to tell me all these questions beforehand. They are the ones that come. Something about these, examinations. There are different types. I am from the era where there used to be extra answer sheets and a thread. A thread at the end. I don't know how many people over here are now, but now you have these MCQs. I don't know. It's such a skill to color those markings, right? There should actually be marks for those. If there were marks for just coloring that, I would have cleared every exam. But anyway, I think one of the things that you see a lot in these exam halls, and there's always one in every class. Extra paper? Extra paper, one more. There's this one guy or girl in the class who's always asking so many extra papers, like they're toilet paper. Whereas there are some who actually need a toilet paper and they go to the toilet. I have not attended one exam where nobody's gone to the toilet. I don't know what it is about exams and aeroplanes that make people want to shit and pee. The moment an exam starts, their biological function should not be interrupted. They have to go to the restroom and then they have to do that. I don't know what they do there. And same thing in an aeroplane. They'll be waiting for 5 hours in the aeroplane, in the airport. The moment flight takes off, seatbelt sign is off. Seatbelt is off. And there's a queue. It's like, I paid like truckload of money. I am going to shit here. I really think it's going to go down. Because there's some sound comes. What is this eating? I want to know. I am going to hold it in the waiting room. And I am going to go in the aircraft at 40,000 feet with that gravity. What's it about exams and this will make you shit? You do 10 revisions, you just clean your bowels before you go inside the exam hall. For some people, every minute is precious. There are some people in every exam hall who will be like, "Finish, ma'am." What are you idiots? Whereas there are the other spectrum, which always end like a Hindi movie climax, where the hero and heroine are separated. No! Let me spend some more time. I can't. And then they're fine after that. I have never seen anyone cry after that. It is just a struggle. Let me get whatever I can. And everybody who writes an exam and comes out basically knows that they've done well until they start talking to other people. And once you start discussing your answers,
ఏ వాట్రా మచ్చా